Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Mike Fussell here to fill you in on an action-packed weekend of sports. We start with news from the last great race. The Iditarod is now in its 6th day. The race is still close as the majority of the field is headed through the halfway point in Huslia. Temperatures reaching 40 below are just one of the challenges Mother Nature is throwing at mushers on this stretch. Aaron Burmeister has the lead as of airtime. He left Nulato around 3:45 p.m. Allie Zirkle is in second. She sled into Nulato at about 2 this afternoon. Jeff King is in the number 3 spot. Mitch Seavey is 4th, and Dallas Seavey completes the father-son duo and rounds out the top 5. Top mushers will be headed to Caltag and Unaclete in the upcoming days. The limited North American Championship sled dog races are now on their 2nd day. 4, 6, and 8 dog classes along with ski joring are taking place at the Jeff Studdert Race Grounds today. 2 dog ski joring kicked off this morning. Greg Jurek finished the heat on top with a time of 15 minutes and 30 seconds in the 4.8-mile race. Rebecca Knight took second. She also holds the number 2 spot for composite scores, which take into account times from both days of the competition. The races will continue into Sunday. Start times have been pushed back an hour to move races into a warmer part of the day. Knight says the change in temperature over the weekend is helping her team perform at their best.
It was a little warmer today, which helped a lot, which the dogs and I appreciated. Snow is still pretty abrasive, so it's harder skiing, but it was a good run all in all. The dogs did great, and I'm really proud of them. And now we got to rest up for tomorrow, the long day.
UAF hosted the 2nd and final session of the NCAA Rifle Championships in the Patty Center today. West Virginia shot their way to a 3rd straight title, and they beat Alaska by only 2 points, 47-02 to 4700. The Nanooks won the first day of competition on Friday night after shooting in 4 different relays. Junior Tim Sherry led UAF to a small bore victory with a score of 586. Ryan Anderson and Sherry took 2nd and 3rd place in small bore. West Virginia senior Marin Prediger won the individual air rifle competition, and Mountaineer junior Garrick Spurgeon won the Most Outstanding Performer Award. This is the first year the NCAA is honoring a top shooter. Spurgeon says the UAF rifle team was particularly tough this year.
You know, there's a lot of great performances this weekend. You know, Tim Sherry from here at UAF shot really well. I didn't expect that at all, so I can't even describe how I feel to be awarded that.
West Virginia shot a phenomenal air gun today, probably the top air gun score ever shot. And so, you know, to lose to that, both of us over 4,700, to lose by 2 points with 2 great scores, you can't do anything more.
The Ice Dogs continued a 2nd straight week of play in North Dakota last night. Fairbanks traveled to take on the Bismarck Bobcats. The 2 teams met up for a series in the Big Dipper earlier this season. Fairbanks swept that. The Ice Dogs kept their multi-series momentum alive early in the game last night. Robin Carlson was the only player from either team to find the back of the net in the first period. That put Fairbanks up 1-0. Little happened in the 2nd period. Only 11 shots were fired off overall. The Ice Dogs extended their lead in the 3rd. Todd Burgess scored a goal minutes into the final period on a power play, but this would put Fairbanks up on top as the clock timed out 2-0. And it's not St. Paddy's Day just yet, but you might have been lucky enough to spot a sea of green if you were near Goldstream Sports today. Running Club North hosted their annual St. Patrick's Run. The 7.1-mile course took racers up and down hilly terrain. Participants had fun chasing after a leprechaun that got a 1-minute head start. They even ran a stretch of the competition on St. Patrick's Road. The prize may not have been a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, but despite that, around 20 runners came to kick up snow in the frigid temperatures. And March Madness has made its way to the last frontier. The Alaska High School State Basketball Tournament is starting today in Anchorage. 1A and 2A teams are already battling it out in their brackets. The girls team from Minto played in the 2nd game of the tournament this morning. The Lady Lakers took on the New Wayland Malamutes at the Alaska Airlines Center. Minto couldn't get the upper hand though and fell to New Wayland 52-32. Fort Yukon is also one of the interior teams in the small school division. Their boys team is set to play Angoon today. A total of 12 interior teams will be competing in the upcoming week, including the West Valley girls. They landed the number 1 seed after finishing the season undefeated. And remember, March Madness is not just happening here in Alaska. It will be going on across the United States as teams battle it out for the NCAA Division I basketball title. You can be a part of the excitement too. Just go to webcenter11.com and fill out a bracket to enter our College Hoops Challenge. Selection Sunday is tomorrow. You can submit brackets up until 8 a.m. on March 19th though. Good luck. And that will do it for sports tonight. Thanks for joining me. Katie Luper has your full weather forecast coming up next.